Bitcoin is right now retesting the 0.786 on the Fibonacci, and historically speaking, Bitcoin always tends to be breaking above this level very quickly, and once it does so, the big Bitcoin bull run starts. So on today's update video, I will be discussing this, the imminent short term on Bitcoin, where Bitcoin is losing somewhat of its momentum. I'm gonna talk about why Bitcoin is going upwards, what are my price targets, what happened with the Bitcoin spot ETF flows, because once again, we've seen another day of massive inflows on the market, and many more important data points that I will be discussing. I will talk about the funding rates. Do we need to worry about this right now? So without any further ado, guys, don't forget to slap that like button. Once again, back above 1,000 likes. That will be absolutely incredible. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. So here on the imminent short term, Bitcoin of course has seen a significant pump towards the upside, and ever since we've actually held the price action still above the $47,000, which is very strong for Bitcoin. But in the meantime, I've seen some people on Twitter say that, yeah, Rover, but while we are coming up here, we're seeing lower highs getting created on the RSI and higher highs on the price action. So aren't we right now creating a bearish divergence? And straight away want to be pointing out, yes, indeed, we are in fact creating a small little bearish divergence on the imminent short term. But as we do know here in bull runs, we usually tend to create a lot of these bearish divergences, but they eventually always get invalidated. So I would be definitely a little bit more cautious with this. And indeed, while Bitcoin is creating this bearish divergence, we're also breaking out of this bull flag pattern, which has a price target around $62,000. So I shouldn't be all too bearish right now on the imminent short term. And while this has been happening yesterday, we have seen another day where more than $570 million flew in towards the spot Bitcoin ETF. And while this has happened, and more than $500 million worth of Bitcoin was bought by BlackRock only from yesterday, which is of course insane. This was the largest daily inflow on BlackRock we've ever seen before. And while that has been happening, we've seen on the BlackRock spot ETF, we have been clearly seeing on the chart that the volume is rapidly increasing. So there's more and more institutional interest that wants to be buying their Bitcoins from BlackRock. And in the, first 32, 33 trading days, we've already seen them accumulate over $6.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, which is of course absolutely insane. It is absolutely insane. We have no other words for it. And if this trend just continues upwards, Bitcoin could create as many bearish divergences as you want, but still, we're not going to go down if we're going to see more than $500 million in buy pressure getting entered in the market every single day. Because yesterday, more than 9,000 Bitcoins were bought from the open market, while in fact only 900 are produced from these Bitcoin miners. So we're buying exponentially more supply up than is getting created. And after the Bitcoin halving, which is going to be in an approximately 55 days from now on, it's only going to be more exponential, because then we're only going to have 450 Bitcoin being produced every single day. So what is happening right now is actually very insane. And I've talked about this yesterday as well. The funding rates on Bitcoin, they have significantly come down compared to yesterday, but still the funding rates are very positive across many other altcoins and of course Bitcoin. And this usually causes a little bit of panic across people. And honestly, I do understand it, because once the funding rates are usually high, it means that the majority of the people are actually longing Bitcoin or longing these other altcoins, and that could potentially worry you. But I want to be pointing out, like I said yesterday as well, this is very normal to happen in bull markets. I mean, we clearly see that once the funding rate is extremely negative, which happens also all the time in bear markets, it is usually a good time to be entering the market. And usually, if we are in these kinds of stages of the market where the funding rates does turn negative, it is always a good opportunity to be entering a long position. But right now, if we're looking back at the previous bull run, in that previous bull run, we saw the funding rate being constantly positive because everyone was super euphoric. Everyone thought Bitcoin was only going to go up. And due to that, it was actually very nice to be going in towards this move. And due to that, it was actually very nice to be benefiting from this lag towards the upside, because everyone was super euphoric. It's basically a signal that everyone is euphoric and everyone thinks it's only going to go up. So why would it actually come down? Because yes, if no one from all the Bitcoin holders is selling, it is not going to be going anywhere, right? It's only going to go up. And that is basically the stage where we're currently also sitting in. And if we are having a stage in this rally towards the upside where we're currently sitting in, just like over here in the previous bull run, where the funding rates dip negative or go back to neutral, it is actually a signal that you have a very good opportunity to be opening up a new Bitcoin long position. So whenever we're going to be having a correction, I'm going to be taking this chart up again here, and I'm going to be looking, okay, is the funding rate right now coming down? Is it becoming negative? Because that would actually actually allow us to be opening up a strong new long position in this upward sloping trend we're currently trading in, because that is still the thing we would like to do, right? So further on, we can see that there is not a lot of liquidations getting formed right now in the market we're currently trading in. I mean, yes, still around 50,500. There's an approximately 1.7 billion US dollars in Bitcoin long liquidations, but we are quite far away from that, and approximately 7,000 US dollars. So I don't expect we're going to be going towards that level anytime soon. But I want to be pointing out it's 1.7 billion US dollars, so it's quite a lot. If Bitcoin were to be having a correction down to $54,000, then I would say we're probably going to also get that 50,000 US dollar liquidity out of the market. But for now on, it doesn't really seem all too likely. So going further, guys, if you are interested in trading or copy trading anyone out there, make sure to go to Deepcoin, because I've seen some of these copy traders right here trade on Pepe, and they have made insane profits. So if you want to be joining them or me on copy trading, make sure to go to the link description of today's video, because you can only join copy traders if you right now sign up an account using that link below, because it's right now for only a limited amount of users. So if you want to be doing so, go to the link description of today's video. So going further in towards the content, we do know that yesterday the Bitcoin weekly candle, while we were pushing up, has seen a high not seen in 890 days, which is of course quite insane. And right now, if we're going to be measuring the high that Bitcoin created yesterday, we're only an approximately, 17% or 18% pump away from the all-time high, which is very insane, to be exact, 19.8%. So we're only 19.8% away from the all-time high. Bitcoin is coming very close right now this time around. And I mean, is this a time where we should be getting worried? That is the question that I'm getting quite a lot here, because we are right now approaching the 0.786. And like we do know, the Bitcoin halving has not happened yet. And historically speaking, Bitcoin never forms a new all-time high before the next halving. And is it going to be different this time around? That is what it looks to be that it is going to be here. And if we're looking back at the previous cycle, looking at the Fibonacci, we do know that as soon as we broke above the 0.65, we instantly went towards the 0.786. And once we consolidated for 1 week around the 0.786, we crushed through that as well, and we straight away went towards new all-time highs. And at all-time highs, we consolidated for 4 weeks. So what is happening right now? Exactly the same. We crushed through the 0.65 and straight away instantly pushing up towards 0.786. And if we were to be breaking above 0.786, which has historically speaking every single time happened once we were in that bull market territorium, we straight away went up towards the new all-time high and consolidated for around 4 weeks around that all-time high to of course clear all the sell pressure and then just instantly push up even higher for Bitcoin. So this is a thing that is very interesting to be seeing. History is once again repeating, and if history is an indication, it does really mean that within 4 to 5 weeks from now on, we are going to be seeing new all-time highs. But like we do know, in 4 to 5 weeks from now on, it is still not going to be the Bitcoin halving. So are we right now going to be performing a new all-time high before halving? Like you can see, every single time the Bitcoin bull market cycle get initiated due to the Bitcoin halving, but this time around I believe that the Bitcoin bull market got initiated due to the fact that we had that Bitcoin spot ETF, and billions of dollars are literally getting bought due to the fact that we're having these large inflows from all these large institutions that are actually preparing themselves for that next Bitcoin bull market. So things are different, and due to that I could be expecting we are going to create a new all-time high before halving. It is definitely possible, but it would be something that has never happened before. So this cycle is probably also going to be different. I don't know exactly when I could call for a top on the market. I need to be doing some more analysis about it. I need to do some more research about it, how long this market cycle is going to be lasting. But I mean, in the end of the day, history is once again repeating. The bear market is over. We are currently in a bull market. We are in a bull market, and this is the time to prepare. Maybe let's say we're going to get that slight rejection like we see every single time before the halving or around that halving for Bitcoin, and then the bull market starts. But anyways, we are not far away from it. And if we were to be getting a correction before Bitcoin halving, which has happened every single time historically speaking, so I'm not counting it out at all, it will only be a great opportunity to prepare yourself for that next Bitcoin bull run. So this is the time to prepare yourself. This is not the time to get fooled. Bitcoin is breaking above 52,000 US dollars, and on the weekly time frame, historically, the next resistance is just $60,000, and we're just only $3,000 away from it. It doesn't seem all too unlikely that we're going to be heading towards that direction anytime soon, especially since the ETF inflows are still extremely high. And I mean, today I'm not going to talk about any altcoins, because yesterday I made a video on altcoin Rover. I am selling my Bitcoin to buy these altcoins. I believe believe this is a very good video if you want to learn a little bit more about why I'm currently stepping in towards altcoins. Make sure to check it out. I will leave a link in the description of today's video. Check it out, and I'll see you guys back on tomorrow's another update video here on the channel. Peace out. Goodbye.